Most people hear Psalm 23 at funerals. It's treated like a soft, fluffy poem for the end of life. But David didn't write this while he was dying in a bed. He wrote this while he was being hunted in the wilderness. He was a fugitive, an outcast, and quite literally, a shepherd. To understand how to thrive when life feels out of control, you have to understand the logic of the sheep. You see, we like to think of ourselves as lions or eagles, but David, the guy who killed a giant, looked in the mirror and said, "I'm a sheep." Why? Because he knew a secret. A sheep's survival has 0% to do with the sheep's strength and 100% to do with the shepherd's skill. Today, we're breaking down the 4 hidden facts of the desert that turn this poem into a survival manual for your life. In verse 3, David says, "He restores my soul." In Hebrew, that word restores is much more physical. It means to turn back. Why would a sheep need to be turned back? Because of a condition called being cast. A cast sheep is a sheep that turned over on its back and can't get up. It stays there, legs in the air, panicked. If the shepherd doesn't find it within hours, the gases in its stomach build up, circulation cuts off, and the sheep dies. But here is the hidden fact. The sheep that cast themselves are usually the fattest ones or the ones with the heaviest wool. In our lives, we get cast when we get too comfortable or when we carry too much baggage, too much wool. You feel stuck, looking at the sky, unable to move. When you feel that way, you don't need motivation. You need the shepherd to reach down, grab you by the legs, and flip you over. It's painful and it's embarrassing, but it's the only way to live. Verse 5 says, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies." We imagine a mahogany dinner table with candles, but in the Judean wilderness, a table was a mesa, a flat-topped, high country plateau. Before the sheep arrive for summer grazing, the shepherd has to go up there alone. He doesn't go up there to build a fence to keep the wolves out. He goes up there to pull the poison out. There are certain weeds, like the camas or the scabious, that look like grass, but will kill a sheep in minutes. Think about your life. You're asking God to remove the wolves, the critics, the enemies, the debt. But God is saying, "I'm busy pulling out the poison you were about to eat." He prepares the table by clearing the internal toxins so you can eat in peace while the wolves watch from the shadows. You are safe, not because the wolves are gone, but because the shepherd is present. Verse 5 again. "You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows." Why the oil? For the nose fly. This is the hidden fact that changes everything. In the summer, these tiny flies try to lay eggs in the soft, damp skin of the sheep's nose. If they succeed, the larvae drive the sheep insane. Sheep have been known to commit suicide by ramming their heads into rocks just to stop the irritation. The shepherd's solution? He rubs a thick mixture of olive oil and sulfur over the sheep's head. The oil makes the surface too slippery for the flies. Instantly, the irritation stops. In your life, it's rarely the lions that break you. It's the nose flies, the small buzzing anxieties, the what-ifs, the social media comments, the tiny irritations that make you want to bang your head against a wall.
The anointing is God's peace over your mind. It makes you slippery to the small stuff. It doesn't stop the flies from buzzing, but it stops them from landing.
Finally, David says, "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me." In the original language, that word follow is radaf. It's a violent word. It means to pursue or to hunt down. David is saying, I am being hunted by my enemies, but I am also being hunted by God's goodness. I am being chased by His mercy. You aren't just walking through life, you are being pursued by a shepherd who knows exactly how cast you are, exactly where the poison is, and exactly how to soothe the flies in your mind. So, the next time you feel out of control, remember the logic of the sheep. You don't have to be the strongest, you just have to follow the one who is. This is ABThrive. If this perspective shifted something for you, hit the subscribe button. Let's thrive together.